What up, my dudes, and welcome back to your home movie recommendations reviewed, part 29. I don't even know if I just said words. Did you? Anyways, so this week, guys, I'm covering some whack movies that you guys basically told me to watch. And we're going from the spectrum of, like, trauma to, like, Cronenberg to, like, newer. Anyways, get ready for it. Here we go. I'm starting with the movie Menu. And that was recommended by J. Smith 23XX42 from Imgur. Thank you, my dude. I had heard about Menu from you. Also from a couple people when I was doing a Twitch stream. I'm pretty sure it was when we were doing Family Feud. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to put this on. And it's like a newer psychological-ish horror movie, but not really, but kind of. John Leguizamo's in it. I did not expect what this movie had to offer. It was different. Anyways, so Menu is basically about this couple slash like their friends. I think they're a couple. Anyways, they go to this special chef experience cuisine thing, right? And they're all sitting there. It almost looks like they're, I don't know, somewhere in like Hawaii or something. And the chef comes out and like gives like this whole speech. And you have all the different tables. Now, this is the thing about this movie that made me feel a bit like I was watching like a Hitchcock movie. It's like there was a lot of social dynamics going on, and like each table had its own little quirks. And I'm dying down here, sorry. I was bleaching the walls. Anyways, yeah, has all these like different like dynamics going on, and like that's basically like the gist of the movie. You're kind of like sitting at the table, you're mainly with this couple, and seeing like what happens, like what kind of dishes come out, and like they start realizing like this is different, and like the chef is almost messing with their heads in a sense, like, no, why would I put bread at your table? Here's your next one, it's just sauces, like there's nothing even on there, and people are like, oh, what the hell is this, you know, like you're trying to be that avant-garde. And then it takes another twist, and you're just like, oh my god, is this chef gonna kill everyone, or what? Anyways, I'm not gonna give up any more from this movie. But, it was a very interesting take. It was very interesting, and I suggest you watch it. It wasn't something that was like, ooh, spooky. It was more of like a thriller slash thing, you know? Yeah, let me know what you think about that one. Alright, and thank you for recommending that one. Next up is The Devil's Candy. And that was recommended by Beastmage number 3 from YouTube. Dude, thank you for this one. Because I had started watching this 4 months ago? 4 months ago, maybe? Anyways, I'll get to it. The Devil's Candy is about this young family. And, like, they're rock and rollers. They're all about metal, right? And they buy this spooky spooky old house. And basically the dad's an artist that paints and does commissions. I forget what the wife does. And the daughter is just like this young like teen angst. Like, I love Metallica because my dad loves Metallica. And this is like, I won't lie, watching it the first time around, this is what killed me about the movie. I felt like it was forced. I won't lie. I felt like it was forced. And I was just like, this is too much. But don't be like me and push through it, okay? Because it's worth it. So this movie, all of a sudden, brings you down this path of, you keep hearing this, like, bon. It's like a chord that they're strumming on, like, electric guitar. And then this, like, really big dude comes into play. And it's almost like he shows up at their door. And they're like, oh, is this guy, like, not okay? And he's like, this is my old house. And they're like, oh, shit. And you know, the younger girl was just trying to be nice and, like, kind of, like, bring up, like, a small convo or whatever with them. The dude shows up at the door, and the girl is basically making some small talk with him. And the dad and the mom come over, and they're just like, hey, this is weird. There's, like, some, like, really creepy dude who's at our door trying to talk to our daughter, and he's saying that this used to be his home. They're like, clearly he might be a bit off. Let's send him on his way. They call the cops. They make a report. This man ends up sleeping in a motel that night, and, the cops are kind of on watch about it, right? Like, dude, like, can you stop just strumming your guitar super late at night? Like, so basically we find out that this dude's kind of, like, possessed. by something. He's not okay. And he really wants to get back in that house. So, and it all has to do with this like flying V guitar too, right? Anyway, it gets kind of crazy. Basically, this dude finally gets to make his moment of capturing this girl. And yeah, I'm not going to say anything more than that. And then it kind of changes. Like, you also have this whole like story about, you know, because the house is haunted, because this guy is also possessed, the dad is painting paintings that are super trippy and like messed up, and the mom's like, yo, what the hell are you doing? Like, what's going on in your head? He's like, I don't know, like, it's just coming out of me. And it's kind of like this whole selling your soul to the... Anyways, you need to watch it. I think my favorite part of this movie, like, it's a newer one. I think the budget was probably like a bit undercut on it. Does that make sense? But it was like the peak of it for me was when this girl gets captured and you're seeing her basically struggle. Does that sound awful? I don't mean that in like a bad way, okay? But like it gets intense. Like this movie's worth waiting up until that point, because before that you're just kind of like, okay, like what's about to happen? But like when shit hits the fan, it gets intense, and it's really worth it. Yeah. So thank you for that. Sorry, I rambled. That was a rambling one. All right, next movie. Here we go. Oh my god. Vlad the Inhaler from YouTube told me to watch Poultrygeist, Chicken of the Living Dead. I finally got to watch this movie. Okay. Number one. So not my type of movie at all, but I did it. I sat there and I watched it. It is so ridiculous, okay? If you guys need something to get drunk to or high to, and you just need a friggin' night to like let loose and also like make you feel like you're watching American Pie, but like a trauma movie too at the same time, it's Poultrygeist, Chicken of the Living Dead. So basically, you got this nerd dude who starts working at like a chicken freaking like place, like a, I don't know, like a KFC, but not. And everything about this movie is tropes. It is just nonstop jokes back to back. I've been watching so much South Park recently, and I believe that if PC Principal saw this movie, he would go nuts. It's like so politically incorrect, but also pretty hilarious. And it's basically like just weird musical stuff going on like for the first half. And then you finally hit it. I forget the timestamp, but like get past an hour in and shit finally hits the fan. It's finally the chicken Night of the Living Dead shit starts going on. People start eating this weird fucking chicken, and they all start turning into chickens, and we're talking effects that are like ridiculous. And I enjoyed that so much. It's like literally like one dude grows like eggs out of his boobies, and then those start hatching, and those are like eating ooze out of people, and ridiculous. But that was completely worth it. So you know what, guys, if you want something silly, definitely check out this movie. I think it's still streaming on Tubi right now. Yeah. And I'm leaving... I'd have to say the best for last. So I seriously do not remember who recommended me this. So if you remember who you are, write your name down so I can update my freaking details over here. Sorry, the dogs are going nuts. The movie ExistenZ by David Cronenberg. Somebody recommended this to me. I have searched like far and whatever through like all my messages and everything. I don't know who you were, but thank you so much. So... this movie is from, like, the late 90s. I want to say it's 99. And it's basically, and I love these kinds of movies, where they're, like, sitting around and doing, like, a group testing of this new video game. And it's, like, the future. And you plug your video games, like into your back or something. And, like you play with these weird silicone-looking body part things. And they're basically doing, like, a test. Okay, so it's like you hire on like a focus group or whatever. That's what they're doing. Anyways, they sit down. They all start playing, and it gets into it right away. So they're like, oh my god, die Allegra Geller. And you're just like, it gets right into it, which is awesome. I love that about movies. Kind of like love a slow burn, don't get me wrong. But, like, I also loved, like, jumping right into it. And this one gets you right into it. So you're like, holy shit, okay, there's something going on with this game, right? And you're convinced that she's, like, your product designer of this game, and they're all out to kill her. And then it's her and this dude that are kind of, like, tag teaming together. And she's also, like, showing him the way, like, let me, like, make sure you get plugged in so you can actually play my game. And you can see how it goes. Anyways, I don't want to spoil this one if you've never seen it, because this is one of those, like, mind trip movies, in a sense. And I would love to know what you guys thought about the ending. I honestly, I don't think, I'm not going to spoil anything, but I don't think that they're still in the game at the end. Does that make sense? I don't even think that was spoiling anything. It wasn't. Anyways. That's my thought, though. Anyways, so the whole thing, it's really neat how they take you through it. Like, even Willem Dafoe's in it. You, like, get to meet him, and he, like, kind of helps him out. It's almost like you're playing a video game, and you're getting to meet all the characters, and, like, she's also outlining it to the dude, like, you have to say a certain thing, or else you can't get past the next, you know, conversation, or you won't know what to do next. Kind of like when you play, like, things like Far Cry or freaking GTA, you know? So I found that really neat about this movie. And of course, it's David Cronenberg. There is so much weird gore and moments. Like, they have these little ports on their back, and there's, like, a moment where he's just, like, and it starts licking. I'm just like, what is happening? What is even happening at this point? But he just loves doing that with his effects and stuff. Yeah. Anyways, ExistenZ, what a great movie. People online are like, it's like The Matrix. And I'm like, I mean, I guess, but to me, it's just like another, like, brain scan meets, I guess, The Matrix meets, like, yeah, just this whole virtual reality thing, right? Whether we're all in a simulation or not. It's kind of crazy. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for this week's picks. I appreciate it so much. I already have a couple movies lined up for what's coming up for the week coming, so that's awesome. And yeah, if you guys ever think of anything that you think I should really see, yo, slap it down in the comments. You know I love that. You guys have a wicked week. All the best. If you're subscribed, thank you so much. And guys, if you're not, you'll get on that. Be a part of the family. Share those wicked horror finds with me, because I'll share good ones with you. It's familia. All right. Have a good one.